talk about typecasting, I take one look at Gil Gerard and all I can think is, there's good old Buck Rogers. Despite a lengthy career in TV and over 400 commercials, once Gil Gerard accepted the role of Captain William Anthony Buck Rogers, I don't think he was ever really able to shake his association with the relatively short-lived but classic sci-fi TV series. I knew Buck Rogers was going to be special because of all of the advanced publicity which made its way to my favorite magazines. Battlestar Galactica was on TV and I was wondering what would be the next big thing. Well, according to magazines like Starlog and Dynamite, it was this show, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, and I've got to say, Gil Gerard did an amazing job of making me believe that he was a regular 20th century guy trapped in a pretty extraordinary 25th century world. And that first season, boy oh boy, it was something special for oh so many reasons. Awesome special effects, wonderful guest stars along with Aaron Gray and the occasional Pamela Hensley, and of course there was Twiki. Yep, I know his head is funny shaped, and I don't care. He was portrayed to perfection by actor Felix Silla, with the vocal honors being done by the legendary Mel Blanc. This show had so much going for it, and Gil Gerard was the glue that held everything together. Along with Buck Rogers, I remember Gil as a participant in the Battle of the Network Stars. I really loved those shows. Howard Cosell, Billy Crystal, Gabe Kaplan, Telly Savalas, and well, just look at the talent in this photo right here. I made a video about those epic network battles. I'll put a link to it in the upper right hand corner of this video right about now. I hope you enjoy it. Getting back to Buck, I remember this particular edition of Starlog well. Within its pages, Gil Gerard talked about the exciting changes for the second season of Buck Rogers. I was actually pretty excited about Hawk, and I've got to say, actor Tom Christopher did a great job in that role. But for oh so many reasons, Season 2 was a bust, and before you knew it, the network brass had handed Gerard and the rest of the cast their pink slips. A few years later, Gerard returned on ABC's short-lived television series Sidekicks, starring Ernie Reyes Jr. I really thought this show was going to be a winner. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it just did not click with audiences. Side note, Reyes Jr. found steady work after Sidekicks as a stunt double for many fairly well-known motion pictures, including the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. His story is an interesting one and would be worthy of a video all on its own, maybe someday. But right now, let's get back to Gil Gerard. After Sidekicks, Gil starred in Earth Force, and then Code 3. Unfortunately, neither of those shows truly clicked with audiences. Could it be the Buck Rogers effect? Gil would get these gigs because of his marketable recognizability. But would audiences ever really let him be anything other than Buck Rogers? In 2007, Gil starred in the reality-based program Action Hero Makeover on the Discovery Health Channel, where he underwent gastric bypass surgery. Gerard was certainly a legitimate candidate, with his weight having ballooned to right around 350 pounds. He'd also been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Due to the surgery, as well as Gerard's grit and tenacity, he was able to lose almost 150 pounds, and despite a little weight creep with advanced age, he remains healthy to this day. That same year, Gerard reunited with his Buck Rogers co-star in the TV film Nuclear Hurricane. I haven't seen this movie, but I'm going to have to track it down just to see these two on screen together again. And a couple of years later, in 2009, Gerard and Gray again got together to lend their support to an internet-based video series titled Buck Rogers Begins, where they played Buck's parents. Sadly, this web-based production never saw the light of day. If you dig a bit on YouTube, however, you can find some clips. I haven't talked much about Gil Gerard's personal life. In 1979, he married actress Connie Sellecca, pictured here with him during a joint appearance on Circus of the Stars. I remember her first from a CBS TV series called Flying High. It was, however, on Hotel, where Sellecca really solidified her status as a TV star. It was also during her time on Hotel that she and Gerard divorced. They have one son together named Gib, who has grown up to be an actor and television producer in his own right. Gerard married one more time, but it was a relatively short union, and within a couple of years, he had parted ways with his second wife. Gerard has not remarried again. What he has done over and over since that time is hit the sci-fi and comic book conventions. If there's one coming to your town, you are likely to find Gil Gerard, who I have to believe has accepted that the role of Buck Rogers was really a once-in-a-lifetime experience. At these conventions, Gerard is able to meet with fans who remember him fondly. I imagine it's actually a fairly decent way to earn a living, and you've got to believe a whole lot of fun along the way. And every once in a while, Gerard is able to reconnect with this wonderful lady, the lovely Erin Gray. I love these two pictures side by side. Sure, the couple on the right is quite a bit older, but you can also see a comfortable warmth that isn't in the photo on the left. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with either photo. It's just that I can sense a real feeling of kindness. Okay, I'll go ahead and say it, an almost familial love in the more recent photo. So if you want to learn more about Gil Gerard, I'd recommend swinging by his official website. It's loaded with great pictures and some really neat biographical information that was new to me. It's also where I learned about Gil's charitable work with People in Progress. That's a group which focuses on helping homeless women with children get their feet back on the ground and find employment. Gil has also been involved with the Special Olympics and a personal favorite of mine, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. One last pick. Yep, I really did love all of those great guest stars that showed up during that first season on Buck Rogers. Why, here's an appearance by the legendary Buster Crabbe, the original Buck Rogers, and Flash Gordon. Great memories, at least for me. Alright, now it's your turn. Please share your memories in the comments section, and while you're at it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Maybe share this video on Facebook or Twitter. And what the heck, why not subscribe to the channel? I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.